All right, ladies and gentlemen, as we continue and actually finish our discussion on areas of circles, we are going to look into population density. One of my favorite topics here, and unfortunately we don't talk about it too much in our curriculum, but it is a wonderful topic, and especially because I just love how it really encapsulates how we can use area in a real world scenario. And population density, we'll talk about the definition here in a second, but we're going to use it. It has a formula that goes along with it. We're going to use it in a variety of different ways. We can use it to find population. We can use it to find the number of people per capita and the possible area of a landmass, all from one formula. So it's really, really versatile. So what is population density? Simply put, population density of a city, county, or a state is a measure of how many people actually live within a given area. So think about our particular county that we live in. We could find the population density by thinking of how many people live in our county and divide it by the total area of landmass of that county. So we usually kind of think of population density in terms of square miles, but other people, and especially places like New York and stuff like that, where the term city blocks is a lot more common than where we are, obviously in Florida. That you can use it in all different types of units of measure. So population density is equal to the number of people in a given area over the area of the land. So let's kind of put that back on the screen. So population density equals number of people over area of land. Okay? It says about 430,000 people live in a 5-mile radius of a town's hall. Find the population density in people per square mile. So it wants to know how many people live per square mile. Well, before we can find out how many people live per square mile, we have to know how many square miles there actually are. So think about it. What does the square mileage represent? Well, the square mileage represents the area of the landmass that we are physically talking about. So if 430,000 people live total in this area, what is the area that we can find? So what we're trying to actually find here is the population density in its easiest form. The population density is 430,000 over the area that we have. Well, area of a square, or over a 5-mile radius, if you think about it, if I have a center point of City Hall, so there's my City Hall, I draw a radius of 5 miles on out, it wants to know how many people live within that 5 miles. In every way I put 5, and I'll sit and draw it exactly right, but in every situation that's 5 miles around. So that's what we're really kind of looking for here. So pi times the radius we want to know, which is 5 squared. So it's really 430,000 total people divided by 25 pi, which roughly gives us, and of course, since it's people, we're gonna round to the person. We're not gonna have a half a person in there. So 430,000 divided by 25 divided by 3.14 is roughly about 5,478 people per square mile. And actually, let's do the units here for people per square mile. So how would we write this in units? Would be people per square mile. People per square mile, right there. All right. What about for part B? Use it in a little bit different concept here. So it's part B. It says a region that has a square mile radius has a population density of 6,195 people. So we know the population density is 6,195 people per square miles. It wants to know how many total people were there if it was a 3-mile radius. So pi times 3 squared. So 6,195 equals x over 9 pi. Imagine if that's over 1, I can cross multiply, and x will equal 6,195 times 9 times 3.14. It's going to give us roughly about 175,070, we'll go 71 to the nearest person. So let's do approximation there. Approximately 175,071 people in total if we had a population density of 6,195 in a square radius of 9 pi.